Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I think we do something a little bit different than what we usually do. Gonna tell you some of my stories from my past. Hey, Alex. Some stories from my past, just to reminisce a bit. So these are stories, some good memories that I've made in summer camp. That what you want to speak to? Hmm? Yeah. These are some good memories made in summer camp. It's just so naggy. Anyway, um, so summer camp here, the one I was going at least, was a 4 week camp that you go as a child up from I think 9 to 18. Um, Either girls or boys didn't separate. Like it wasn't an all boys summer camp and all girls summer camp. Um, and you did various things, like you would go to the beach, you would play some volleyball, there were tournaments, there were theaters every single night, maybe some movie nights, stuff like that. It was pretty fun. um so my parents first put me in summer camp when I was about like 5. No, when I was 9, sorry. Not 5. What? The youngest age that you could go in the summer camp I was in. But I was a very clingy child, so I didn't want to leave my home, and go to a summer camp for 4 weeks. So I like started crying immediately, and because I think my camp counselors could not like bear me, and I was calling all the time, "Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared." Um, my parents came and picked me up. Um, so that's how my first ever time in summer camp ended after like 2 to 3 days. My sister stayed the full fucking weeks. I didn't. Yeah. The second time was the next year that I went, and my mom, probably because she was like sick of me just being at home all the time, told me, "Listen here, you're gonna stay in the camp for at least 2 weeks." And I'm like, okay. And I ended up staying all the 4 weeks. I made a bunch of friends, but I don't remember a lot because I was pretty young. And I tend to forget things that happened so long ago. It was pretty fun though. I remember. I don't remember a lot from that year, but after 2 years, I went again. We had enough money to send both me and my sister again, and so that year I remember a lot of stuff that happened. So first of all, I made a very cool friend. He had some kind of condition where his veins on his foot were tangled in a way that he needed to have surgery to have them untangled, so his blood would flow normally. So he had scars on his leg. And he couldn't run. He couldn't do a lot of stuff because of surgeries, and people would not typically hang out with him. But I was an outcast too, so we would hang out with each other. We had so much fucking fun. He was super good at mini golf. There was a mini golf course. It was a huge camp, um, and we had lots and lots of fun together. Uh, I found the same year we're like talking. He's like trying to get me to find a girlfriend, and someone is like, "Dude, you've been single all your life. You need to find a girl. Like, come on. We're like 13. Like, come on. No, 14. Yeah, we're like 14. Like, come on. You need to have a summer fling, man." I'm like, okay, sure. Let's try to find me a girlfriend, I guess. Um, I wasn't, as a lot of people can tell, I'm not really good with women. I never tried to find me a girlfriend. So we went to like, there were dance parties almost every night, where like at night after all the activities, all the girls and the boys from the camp would meet up in a huge auditorium, an outdoors auditorium, and there was a DJ who put music in, and we would dance on the fucking auditorium. So me and this guy were going around, and he was asking random groups of of girls like, hey, like girls would like flirt back with him. I don't fucking know how he did it. He was like radiating confidence. I was like, and he's just like, hey, do you wanna dance? They're like, yeah. You wanna dance with my friend too? And they're like, no. I'm like, ah, okay. And because he found like good good looking girls for 15-year-olds, like that was our style back then. I'm like, okay, dude, don't worry, I'll just go. He's like, you sure? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not good at parties anyway. He's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Then I'm like, okay. So I went out to the side the whole party, and dude, I'm not shitting when I tell you this. I had the most romantic thing for a very long time. After that, like, I was just sitting there and just looking at the sky because fucking loner, fucking depressed child does that. And a girl comes up to me that was sitting there, and she just sits next to me, just looks at the sky with me. We just sit there and we just started talking. Kind of weird. We introduced ourselves first, and then we started talking and talking. We just looked at the sky and stars. Never saw her again after that night. Never. We had like the most fucking movie shit. We looked at the fucking stars together as fucking 15 years, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty fucking awesome. And I was trying to find her. I couldn't find her ever again. I don't know if she left the next day and that's why I couldn't find her, but I could never find her. Um, the same summer, I talked to another girl that we were at a board that was saying the activities for the day, and I was with some friends, and there was this girl, and I just told her a little bit like, hey, this is that, and we hang out, and then we said, hey, do you want to dance tonight? It's like, yeah. So when that time came to dance, I'm like, oh, dude, I found a girl, dude. It's like, oh, really? Yeah. So when the night came, like, hey, do you want to go dance? Like, no, not really. Okay, do you want to talk? He was like, no, not really. Do you want to just sit and look at the stars? Like, no, not really. Like, okay, then what do you want to do? It's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here, I guess. And we just sat there for a bit. And then she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. And then I see her dancing with another guy. I'm like, bruh. I was mad. This is a 15-year-old. I'm like, hey, that's my girl, dude. What the fuck? I got mad. And I just dumped her the next day because, like, that's how summer flings work. It's like, we're over now. Even though it was, like, super, like, hey, dude, like, this is awesome. We're together. Stuff like that. I was, like, super romantic for a 15-year-old. I broke up the next day. And after I broke up with her, no, wait, I didn't break up with her. Sorry, she broke up with me. And I was like, okay, because I was fucking checked out. Like, it wasn't anything special. She broke up with me. Oh my god, yeah. No. Okay, let me start that over again. The next day, we were at the cafeteria with my two friends, and she comes over to us, and she's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you," with like one of her friends. And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "Hey, I think we should break up." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then she leaves, and then I go back to play board games with her. So they're like, "What happened?" It's like, "She broke up with me." I'm like, "Oh, okay." We were all okay with it because, like, I was super mad the last day. Anyway, so we're playing some stupid board game. I don't remember what board game we're playing. And she comes back with one of her friends, and they started shit talking me. And I'm like sitting there taking it. It's like, okay. And then like that goes on for like 5 minutes, and they both leave. And we continue playing board games. We're like kind of weirded out, like, what the fuck is this? Like, where did she come back? And then she comes back again with another friend. So it's her and two of her friends, all three of them shit talking me. and making me feel like super bad because I was okay with her dumping me, like with her breaking up with me, and because it wasn't like banging on my knees crying for her, she was fucking mad, dude. Ah, it was so annoying for me. Like I was getting pissed off. She was coming back and just talking so much shit. Um, and then she slaps me and goes to walk away, but like I go after her and like slap her in the back of the head too, like, bitch, you're not gonna hit me. um, and then it like starts crying, even though I didn't slap her hard. I'm not a violent person. Like barely flipped her hair with a slap, and then all her was like, "What the fuck? You hit a girl? Like she fucking hit me first. What the fuck is wrong with you?" That's all they saw, like me hitting the girl. They told to the fucking summer camp chief, and all that, and he talks to me. He's like, "Dude, I know you're a good kid. Like I've seen you here. There's no, like, just don't mess with those women. Like, eh." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." And then that girl comes up to me again and tells me, "I am the girlfriend of the chief's son, so you're gonna get the fuck out of here." And dude, I kid you not, the chief's son came with her and we talked. I talked with the chief's son, that girl's boyfriend now, and he was super fucking chill. Like he was super cool. I'm like, you know what, dude? If you feel like you need to take me out of fucking here, just do it. I don't give a shit. Honestly, this is just not worth it. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Super chill, dude. Yeah. And that's how that romance ended. pretty pretty fucked up story. Then my sister found out what I like, that I slapped her back, and she was mad at me because I slapped her back. It's like, dude, I know. Like, I'm not saying that what she did was good. She shouldn't have hit you, but at the same time, you don't hit a girl. I'm like, but she hit me. Like, yeah, I know, but you shouldn't hit a girl. I'm like, okay, you're right. And then like that's how it ended. Um, yeah. So that's that story. Another story of the next year, I was still at the same level of the summer camp. And this is gonna be my last story for now. I have a bunch more good stories of summer camp. If you guys want to listen, I'm probably gonna say more. So it's the same level of ages, because it was the thing between ages of 12, 14, something like that. And there were a bunch of rules as a camper that you should follow, like no charging in the hut. Like there were designated charge times that you could charge your electronics. You couldn't charge them in the hut for some fucking reason. They didn't allow us to do that. um, I don't know why, honestly. It was super stupid. And in that specific year, we had a kid that was super good with art. Like he was super good at drawing, but he had very high anxiety. And how he would combat this anxiety was he would sit like on a windowsill and just draw. And he would draw some amazing shit, but that's how he would deal with his anxiety. Our camp counselor, like the one that we had on our hut, was the best. He's like, you know what, guys? I know it's not allowed, but if you need to charge your phones, just tell me and I will let them charge, and you can have them. He would let us play in the evenings. He would just be super chill with the rules. As long as we followed the basic rules and we were not pieces of shit, he would be kind with us. And that was the best fucking counselor. Like the whole fucking house, they were like there, like the 20 kids, loved that guy. He was like the fucking best. Um, Turns out that one had a relationship with a female camp counselor from the girls' side, and a guy that was patrolling around caught them like talking and kissing at night, and he snitched on them and he told the chief, and they had him in for disciplinary talks, right? That was about like two out of 4 weeks in. um and they had him in there. Like the whole hut was so pissed off that they gave him away. To be fair, I understand why now, right? As an adult, like, okay, you leave your post and you do put these kids in danger. If something bad happens, you're not there to help them, which is understandable why he needs to be disciplined for that. But the whole kid fucking loved him. Like the whole hut loved the guy. Um, and he was there, disciplinary action. I remember, like, I was fucking brought to tears because of this guy. He was the fucking best, honestly. I went to see him in like the Chiefs hut because I've been there as like before. Like I've been there a bunch of times. Um, and I see him through the window, and like, dude, it was like I was talking to him through a jail window. Like, dude, we don't want you to leave. Like, if you leave, we're all gonna leave. That's what I told him because that's what we all discussed, like the whole hut. And he's like, no, don't do that. Have fun, be kind. And he looks at me and he's like, listen, you're probably like the most kind child of all of them in this hut. You don't let them bring you down emotionally. I'm like, wow, that's so fucking kind. Thank you. And I almost started crying. He started crying. I was like almost there. I was like, what the fuck? And then I ran back, told them what happened, and we were like, dude, if he leaves, we're all leaving. But they kicked him out. And a bunch of kids left, but my mother was like, no, you're not gonna leave. So it was like from the whole fucking house there were like 3 kids now from the 20 that were before. Right before he left, we were about like 12, and then like 4 left or something like that, like a few kids left, and a new camp counselor came in, and that guy was the worst. He was negligent and super fucking, he was just negligent. He wasn't like the cool type to let you do stuff. He would just let you do stuff to like shut the fuck up. For one thing that he did that was like the worst thing that has happened that I've ever heard of, and I wasn't there to witness it, thankfully, but like there were like 3 to 4 kids inside the hut at that point, and it was evening, so the camp counselor was like just sleeping, right? And some kids from the higher like level, so they were like 17 to 18 year olds, some guys came in and they talked to him like, hey, can we put our fingers up the ass of that kid? Because that kid apparently, allegedly, had gone outside their huts and shit talked a bit. And so when they come back, they're like, can we fuck his ass with our fingers? And the camp counselor said, he said to them, yes, if it's only him. And that kid was like the most nerdy kid you can imagine, like chubby with glasses, nerdy. But he was so fucking kind and he was like super good to all of us. Most of the kids were sleeping as well. And so they pretty much molested the kid. When I came back, the kid was not there. I didn't pay much mind. His mother took him out of camp the next day. They probably sued the camp, and the guy, I don't think, got laid off. If he did, I don't remember him being laid off. If he didn't get laid off for that shit, for allowing child to go, like, to get sexually abused while he was in the hut, and the other guy got let go because he had a fucking relationship and he was a good fucking awesome dude. I don't know, dude, how it works. I don't know how it works. Ah, man, some of those stories really bring back a lot of memories. But next bunch of stories we're gonna say the next episode are gonna be much more fun. So stick around for that. Anyway, if you did enjoy this, hit the like button and subscribe, maybe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.